Hello and welcome everybody to another Rise of Kingdoms video. This is Dragothian here and I'm powering through this cold. I do not care. Welcome to the new patch that's coming up, 1.0.21, the Osiris League patch. So last patch we saw the introduction of a couple new commanders, which was super sweet. Can't wait to see Alexander come out from that last patch. We've already gotten a taste of Ethelfled. Now we've got a couple more coming out and there's a ton of new content showcasing what's next after the Lost Kingdom concludes. For us, that's in a little less than a week. For other alliances and other kingdoms down the way, it could be 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, whenever your Lost Kingdom is over. So this is giving you a showcase into what's coming post Lost Kingdom. And just to reiterate, for those of you that do not know yet already, I've put out videos on this already as well whenever it happened, but I still get questions regarding if I am or not. So this channel is a sponsored channel for Rise of Kingdoms, guys. So this is where you're going to get the latest and greatest stuff. You're going to get as much as I can possibly give you on what's coming, what it looks like, different tips and tricks, certainly guides, and how to get better at the game and what you've got and all that good stuff. So make sure you check in early and often. Make sure you hit a subscribe button whenever you see it, and certainly hit the notification button so whenever I do put out a new video just like this one, you get it first and foremost. So let's go over these patch notes and let's kind of dig into it. I want to get into the really granular details on this. I want to make sure that we understand exactly what it's saying because, to be honest with you, when I was going over a couple of the different phrasings, it was a little generic and maybe a little vague. So I would like to have a discussion below whenever you get into this, and let's have a quick chat. The more I find out, the more I will let you guys know through this video and any future video, of course. But it's looking really juicy. Tons of different things that are coming down the pipe. So let's take a peek. So first off, it's going to happen on July 11th at 6 UTC. So for my time, that is, I want to say 2 in the morning on, well, that's when they're going to go down, and then 3 hours later. So it's going to come up for me at 5 a.m. EST, 9 UTC. So 9 a.m. UTC on 7/11. So July 11th. And we're going to get all kinds of tasty little juicy morsels, and we're going to go through these right now. So the first thing, again, it's termed Osiris League. It's not League of the Ark or any of that other stuff that people were trying to figure out. It's called Osiris League. So the strongest alliance will stand triumphant across the land, join in this unprecedented cross-world war to determine who is the true ruler. Now, to me, that sounded like a pretty good description of the Lost Kingdom. But as we read further, it's a little bit more detailed. So, new battle format. Governors can join in and watch the epic battles of their alliance. Again, that sounds like something that Ark already is. Note, you cannot participate in the Osiris League and Ark of Osiris at the same time. This is the part where it's a little vague to me, and I've already got some questions in to the folks that I can talk to about it, where maybe we can get a little bit of clarity on that. To me, it can go one of two ways. We can either, you can't do both in the sense that if you sign up for the Osiris League, you then can no longer participate in the Ark of Osiris. That's a thing. Or if you are one of the people that are participating in the alliance that's in the Osiris League, then those people can't participate in the Ark of Osiris. I need to figure out which one it is, or if there's a third option that I'm not really thinking of. I need to get some more clarity on that for you guys, but that is a little bit interesting, right? So this really is two different things. This is not like a simple Ark of Osiris bracket system. It's going to be something completely different, and I'm really interested to see how it gets fleshed out because this is going to be something new and interesting and hopefully not quite as taxing on the troop count and the resource count and all that good stuff. Excuse me, guys. Like I said, I'm getting over this cold, I promise you. Next up, the Shadow Legion is on the move. This looks really cool. So, a legendary force clad in armor of shadows coming. Prepare your forces to defend against their onslaught. There are no real victors in this fight. I disagree. There are only survivors who may or may not walk away with a permanent city theme. So, it's the year of the city theme, guys. We just got Babylonian Gardens. We've got the new one coming from the Lost Kingdom that gives you 5% skill damage and 5% extra XP gain. New Alliance game mode is now online. Successfully defend against 25 attacks from the Shadow Legion against various Alliance members to earn great rewards. Make plans to withstand a fearsome siege. Interesting. New Shadow Legion will only attack kingdoms which have existed for more than 30 days, which is most of them, I think. Very, very few are under 30 days, I would think. Maybe 15 or 20 or so. This looks really cool. So it's kind of like a King of the Hill type of thing where your city is the hill, and this Shadow Legion seems to be having to come against you, and you gotta survive 25 waves of troops, and your armies, your troops in your city need to survive that. So pretty sweet. I'm really interested to see how they play this out. Again, I hope that this is in the same theme as Ark of Osiris, where there's no troops lost. Maybe if you have to heal up just to make sure that there's some kind of cost to this and it's not completely free rewards, that's fine. Of course, I will always welcome free rewards, but they probably should have some kind of a cost to it just so that everybody doesn't get all the rewards all the time, even if they just started playing. But again, I mean, I think this is just another thing that is really neat. Just kind of like the Caravan Escort, the Prospectors event. Just another little neat thing that's in the game that that can come around and shake things up on the rotation of events on the calendar. Let's go to the next one. The new commanders have arrived. So 2 new commanders, guys. Don't know if they're legendary or epic yet. We're going to find out. The Vengeful Queen Tamiris. This is actually one commander I have never heard of. I need to look this individual up and figure out what they're all about. The skillful Macedonian ruler awaits your summons. In fact, let's look it up really quick. I want to take a peek. Tamiris, right? Tamiris. So Eastern Iranian, and it's a queen, so it's a female, was a ruler who reigned over the Massagetæ, an Iranian people from Scythian pastoral nomadic confederation of Central Asia. Interesting. Interesting. Warrior queen who took down an emperor. Oh, fought Cyrus the Great and won. That's pretty sweet. Huh. This is really cool. So, again, and this is another reason why I love this game, guys. I didn't know about this person. Again, you guys know me. I'm a history guy. Like, this is my thing. This is why I joined the game. I'm not familiar with this person. So this is going to be interesting for me to read up on all these different pieces of this new commander, Tamiris. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to read some more stuff, and maybe this person will be my first history series person because, again, I don't know who it is. So I'm going to look it up and read up on Tamiris and check her out. But looks really powerful. If she took on Cyrus the Great, he was a very powerful commander. So if she took on Cyrus the Great and won, then this might be a legendary commander, guys, just from accomplishments perspective. And it says, the Vengeful Queen Tamiris awaits your summons. I don't know what that means. It could be something like another one inside of the metal store, or it can be another wheel event commander, or it can be just another Mightiest Governor event commander. We never know. We'll find out. I'll do my best to see if I can get some little tidbits and leaks to bring you guys to the channel and get the information for you. Hopefully, we'll see. The other one, so Edward the Black Prince, guys. I'm really excited to see what Edward the Black Prince does. I'm a huge fan of his history and interested to see how he may pair up in the future with, infantry style commanders. He was an infantry guy. He rode on horseback, obviously, but he also was very, very big into his sword play, and he was renowned as a sword master. So very, very interested to see how he plays out. He may be a cav commander too, because he was also really, really known for his jousting ability. So, burning with furious anger, Edward the Black Prince will only answer the call of the strongest rulers. That, to me, means that he's on the Mightiest Governor event. So, strongest rulers, mightiest governors, that, to me, that sounds like it matches up perfectly. And if we take that same thought process and take it back to Tamiris, awaits your summons, again, I think that's either going to be a wheel event or a metal store event, or possibly a VIP event. I don't know. Let's see. We'll figure out what they do when they come in. Looks like both of these commanders will be available for summoning in all kingdoms that are more than 120 days old, Apology for the background noise. Yes, so again, if you're in the Lost Kingdom now, more than likely you're going to have access to all these things. I think it's 90 days for the Lost Kingdom or something like that, so you may need to wait a month or so if you're brand new into the Lost Kingdom. But otherwise, everybody should have access to these commanders. And I tell you what, guys, these two commanders are awesome. I'm always looking for new diversity into the game. Still waiting on Alexander. I've got sculptures saved up for him, so please bring out his wheel. Looking forward to spending as many times as this game will let me for you guys, so I can bring Alexander out, and I will get whatever I can get from these two new commanders as well. They both look really good. All right, so let's move on to number 4. More new features. Now, this one intrigued me so much that I needed to cough. New expedition levels, which we just got some new expedition levels. That's pretty sweet, right? I'll take more. I'll take more coins coming in because, again, we got Ethelfled coming in the metal store, and it sounds like we're going to have some more commanders starting to come in through the metal store too, which is why they're bringing out more expedition levels so that we can get more coins to purchase said commanders. So it's all starting to come together, right, guys? So new expedition levels, which is sweet. We'll go ahead and get those things done as soon as they come out. And a new city attack defense mode online. This is the part that intrigued me. It could be, again, a number of different things. Very generic, very vague, nothing too crazy in the way of giving you specifics. That being said, so my thought process is it could be a couple different things. To me, this could be a siege and garrison defense test mode so that you and a friend could duel and rally each other or get rallied or however you want to do it, where it's arc mode where you don't lose troops, you just get the report. So I'm wondering if that's the case. Or again, if there's another whole game very similar to the Shadow Legion or whatever is coming. Yeah, Shadow Legion that's coming. Maybe that's another part of this where that's describing the Shadow Legion. I'm not sure. If you guys have any ideas on what that could mean more specifically other than what I just said, put your comments in the comments below, and we'll talk about it because I'm interested to see what this looks like. A new city attack defense mode. I have no idea what that means. I'm going to also ask for a little more clarity on that as well. Photo Wall Online. Now, this is where the game can get a little crazy. So, Photo Wall Online, governors can now upload and share photos in their governor profile page. We'll see how long this lasts, okay? I know for those of us that are more mature and, don't need to do stupid stuff, this is just a cool way to partner up with your friends and give out photos and things like that where you can give a little bit more of yourself to the game and people can see you and all that good stuff. Then there are those that are a little less mature that will take advantage of this and probably put things up that will cause them to either get partially or perma-banned or reported or whatever. So maybe this is a way to weed out the really immature players. I don't know. Otherwise, though, it looks like a really cool thing that we should take advantage of because why not, right? A photo wall, it's basically trying to bring social media into the game itself, which is, to me, really neat. Let's go to number 5. So new city themes. Again, this is the year of city themes, guys. We're coming up against some major city themes here. Explore the mystical Heliopolis or the magnificent gift of the Nile. Warriors who take on the challenge of the Osiris League Season 1 will have a chance to earn these limited edition city themes. So very similar, right, to the latest summer event that we just had where there were 2 themes. There was Babylonian Gardens and then the Frozen one. I can't remember what it was called. We'll look at it after I'm done with this. The Archer one, where it looks like you're basically in the middle of the movie Frozen. You get 2, right? So there's 2 options here. Maybe there's an epic and a legendary version. I'm interested to see what these look like versus the ones that we already have. But man, all kinds of new city themes to, again, just bring more diversity into the game, making it more difficult to really nail down a perfect setup, right? Like, there's a perfect setup, but you got to change stuff all the time, and that's where the skill starts to come into play. And this is where the game really, I think, starts getting very interesting because, again, it's not just smash the buttons and hit the attack button and A move across the map. This is where you can really, especially with all the different buffs that we got going on, really start to separate yourself from a skill perspective. everybody can have or join a 10 million or 10 billion alliance or whatever, but that 7 or 8 or 9 billion alliance could probably take them on if they had the skill players to take advantage of all this new stuff that's coming out. I think it's going to be very worthwhile to get a lot of these things. It's going to set you apart on the battlefield, which to me is the best. So hoping to see some more tidbits. And again, every little bit I get for you guys, I will get you the information so that you have it. So make sure you check back early and often. Number 6, new conquering garrison talents with broader use. We'll be releasing new information or reworked revised talents on the community soon. Keep your eyes peeled for further updates coming soon. Again, I think Lil's probably heard the people asking, why does conquering and garrison talents not apply to passes, to major objectives in Lost Kingdom? Same thing with Ark, especially with the Osiris League coming out. Also flags. Why don't the majority of these, because it's a big investment, right? If you invest all the way into garrison or all the way into conquering, that's a huge investment for talent points that could go to a specialized troop type or skill or something like that. So you want to have as many points be multifunctional as possible to get the most value. And if you go into garrison or if you go into conquering, you're kind of making that commander one thing, and that's it. And unless you're going to spend quite a bit of gems using the resets talent scrolls all the time, it's going to be very difficult for you to use your commanders the way you want them in every situation that you want to. So again, sorry. That being said, I think it's going to be really neat to see what they do. I have a really good feeling that they're going to make the garrison skills, which I'll go into in a second, that are very specific towards city, make them be towards buildings or objectives or something like that. They're going to term it like that so that they work everywhere where there is a garrison, like an arc objective, like a flag, a pass, a sanctuary, things like that, right? I think those skills and talents will work that way. I think that's what they're going to do. Again, I don't know 100%, but just reading this and knowing what I know about the game, I think that's probably the idea that they're going to be having. So hopefully that's the case or something like that. That way we can get more value for our buck whenever we put that talent spec to use. Last but not least, so we've got number 7, other changes. I always like these other changes because sometimes they sneak a really good one in here, so we're going to look at them all. Alliance leaders can customize their welcome to the Alliance message that will be sent automatically to new members. That is fantastic. We can put in the Guardian schedule. We can put in requirements for new members and what they need to be doing. Our allies, all the stuff that we have to tell a new member when you bring them in, especially if you're in Lost Kingdom. I almost had to in fact I did. I copied or I wrote what I need to tell new members when they were coming in on a notepad document, and then copied and pasted it every time somebody joined the Alliance. That way they knew the situation they were joining into and they wouldn't be making any mess ups. So this is really neat because you can pre-program that, set it, save it. When somebody joins, they get that message. They have no chance to say I didn't see it, that kind of thing. So really, really neat. I'm really interested to see how they implement that, but hopefully that's just the way that they do it. The Caravan Escort event, we were just talking about that, right? Has been optimized. Participating governors now have a chance at extra rewards. Thank you. So for those that didn't participate but still got all the rewards, I hope you enjoyed it. So now if you want to actually get the rewards, or at least the majority of the rewards, or as much as you can get, you need to participate, which means that you're probably going to have to kill some of the objectives that are coming at you, or you need to be within a certain proximity of the caravan, something to that effect. So you need to be able to do it. My guess is that you need to kill 10 of the stalkers that are coming in, or whatever. They're gonna number it so that you can just get the rewards based off of your activity. City editor can now switch between day and night. That's kind of cool, I guess. Optimized multiplayer battles to reduce animation lag. Hopefully this is a massive optimization so that we don't have to hit simplify graphics every time we have more than 15 people on the screen. And I've got a really powerful machine and it does that. So it's not a matter of your computing power. I think it's just a matter of there's so much stuff happening on the screen that you need to simplify. So I'm hoping they've optimized that so you can have more, because being able to tell what kind of troops you're going up against in battle, especially a big battle, is a really big deal. Made adjustments to map icons. Hopefully that's going to be a good thing. Optimized notifications for the mysterious merchant's arrival at the courier station to be more apparent. Awesome. So instead of it just having a little thing above it, and if you happen to be looking at the screen at the time it gets released, there's a little scroll item on the screen. Maybe there's going to be a message, or there's going to be a little red bubble somewhere, because that always pulls my attention. Just like that Alliance one on the top left there. It is calling my name. I want to tap it right now, but I can't because I'm on this. I'm doing this. So something to that effect would probably be sufficient and do the trick. Hopefully that's how they do it. Adjusted the difficulty of Kerouac's ceremony. The boss's troops deal more damage, but their overall troop levels have decreased. Okay, so you just need to be a little bit more tanky whenever you're doing Kerouac. Towards the end, especially on Hell mode, they already do a ton of damage. So I'm wondering if it's the same damage, but each troop does more damage with less troops. I'm wondering how they're going to do that. We're going to find out. I'm saving just a smidgen of action points from the Lost Kingdom, unless these jokers inside my Lost Kingdom give me a run for my money and I have to push to get the last skin for the Lost Kingdom. But hopefully they don't, and I can get it without using every single action potion that I own. I'll save some of those for the next Kerouac ceremony, and I will bring you a live stream of me doing the entire Kerouac ceremony so that you can see what this means. Hopefully it's not game breaking and it's like taking on the ruined Crusader Fortress at the very beginning by yourself or something like that. Hopefully that's not the case. Fixed an alliance territory bug in which territory possession would not change after another alliance took control. That's interesting. I haven't seen that in action, but if that's been happening, yes, that's definitely a good fix to do, especially in the Lost Kingdom, because you can lose your city and your stuff if this were to happen against your favor. So they said they'd love to hear what you think about this update. I have already submitted some questions inside of that survey as well as some thank yous. So I definitely encourage you all to do the same as well. They do listen to everybody who does submit into those things. I know a lot of the submissions that I did even before getting sponsored have come to fruition, like the gem double check whenever you go to heal. By accident you click the gem button instead of the resource button, you know, things like that. Like they take that stuff into account, and they would really appreciate your feedback, and so would I. So in my comments, please give me some feedback down below. Again, trying to power through this cold. I do appreciate you hanging in there with me. I know my voice probably sounds like hot garbage, and then the coughing and everything too. So hope you all enjoyed this. Let me actually go into before I go crazy here, let me go into the garrison. So again, the garrison stuff. I just wanted to show you this before I go. So watchtower stuff, right? Garrison commander every time the city is attacked. So again, this would be a really cool and a really good talent to have if it just said every time you're attacked or your army is attacked or whatever. But because it's city specific, it's limited. Now again, and it's not even really that great. Like it's 6 rage every time a city is attacked. Whereas if you go up here, right, you get 9 rage for the same amount of points. And that's all the time. So Razor Sharp is better than Nowhere to Turn, and Nowhere to Turn is limited in when it actually happens. So now I will say those two probably stack, so that's helpful. But if you had one or the other, I mean, you would certainly go for Razor Sharp, right? Or wouldn't, you know, that, or maybe you would go for, you know, Burning Blood, same thing. 9 rage after every attack. So that's what I'm talking about. This stuff hopefully will be more generic instead of being so focused on city only. Same thing with rallying. So let me do the conquering tree. So this one is let's see. There's quite a few here on the conquering where it's just for watchtowers or, you know, things like that. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll see some more generic things like that so those trees get a little more love. Because right now, as you saw in one of my previous videos, maybe it was 2 videos ago, troop-specific armies tend to be the way to go. So if it was me, I would favor an all-infantry, all-archer, or all-cav army led by a specialized troop commander like a Richard, a YSG, or a Genghis over a Barca Julius rally that's mixed troop, or Mehmed and Barca or Mehmed and Julius that's mixed troop, and using the mixed troop talents and all that stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me because you're not going to get as much effectiveness out of your troops. Maybe they're going to adjust that a little bit so mixed troop has a little bit of love. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It definitely turned into a longer video than I wanted, but there's a ton of information, guys. There's so much information in this new the Osiris League patch 1.0.21. Please leave your comments below. Please hit a like and subscribe if you have not already. This is Dragothian here signing out. I will see y'all next time. Cheers. Happy 4th of July to those of you in the U.S., and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Bye.